Hello Aries, welcome to your love reading for April 2022. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email or DM and we can certainly set that up. Let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Aries for April 2022? What do you see? What do they need to know to reach your higher ground, become closer to universe and closer to divine through your messages? Any messages would be greatly appreciated and we thank you. Aries, what do you see? What do they need to know? Any messages, please? Can you please show me the love energies that Aries passed out of prior to? We have the Hermit card in the reversed. These cards are a little small, so they might be a little difficult to see, but I love them anyways. Make sure that you click on the link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, and in that spread I'll have something you do not know about them in addition to if they're seeing or interested in somebody else. Page of Wands is in the upright for energies for April 2022. In my playlist are your 2022 Sun Moon predictions. That's as close as you can get to a personal reading without having one. 2021s are still in there. See if they rang true for you. And as you move out of April into what comes after April? March. We have the Chariot card here in reverse. Look me up on Facebook, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, donate. Anything in support of my channel is always appreciated. Otherwise, let's get to your reading. Okay, so the Hermit card in reverse is a card of Virgo, and that's an indication to me that prior to April, you're kind of, I feel like you were cut off. Somebody cut you off, and you're feeling lonely. You're feeling very isolated. You might have withdrawn, but I think the reason why you withdrew or you kind of went is because somebody just stopped talking to you, or, you know, didn't want to have anything to do with you or something in that sense. And you felt very forlorn, very upset about that. So you just are kind of like in your cave. But the Hermit card in the upright, you know, when it's in the upright, to me, it's going off and a lot of positive, good things come out of it because it's introspection and things like that. When it's in the reverse, it's kind of like, oh, taking yourself out, licking your wounds, you know, sulking, pouting, being very upset and having, you know, nothing but negative thoughts kind of going on. So I feel like somebody, you know, you're feeling rather dejected and had to go away, or you decided to go away. And that's what's kind of going on in that regard. Now, interestingly enough, I see the Page of Wands for April 2022, and to me, this seems like a spark, a hope, something coming in. This could be a new person, or this could be this person, okay? So maybe you were rejected by this person, and then they're coming in April. And it's not anything like that's really kind of taking off. It's just, to me, it's the spark. And it needs to be fanned in order for something to happen. So it could or could not have longevity to it, but it definitely has your chin up, making you feel good, making you feel optimistic about things, maybe feeling romantic, maybe having a little more energy than you did. So it looks like things turn around in April, but with the Chariot card in reverse, which is the card of Cancer, I'm getting an indication that this isn't necessarily going the way that you want it to go, or, well, no, it's not going the way that you want it to go. And it's not because of you, it's because of what the other person is doing. So I don't know if this person is deciding things, or they have a different outlook in terms of where they want the relationship to go, or where they want the relationship to end up. And I feel like the two of you aren't on the same page, so you don't feel like you can accomplish something with this person. I do feel like it's you, the person that that decides this, kind of like it's not going to end up going anywhere. So I'm going to pull clarifiers and see a little bit more about this. Why are these cards before me for Aries, for love? Who are these people? What are these energies? Love for April, starting with the Hermit card in the reversed. Who is this person? What is this energy? Wow, these cards are almost as small as my clarifying cards are. And those are my mini tarot. Okay, so okay, so and I know you're not going to want to hear this, but this is what I'm getting. So you know, this person that you're no longer connected to, or not, you know, connecting energies with, or what have you, whatever your situation was, you know, whether they, you know, cut you off, blocked you, or talking to you, you guys aren't sharing, you know, the same space anymore, what have you. One of the reasons why they did it is they felt that you were too smothering. They felt like you were in their business too much. They wanted to know what was going on, you know, nitpicking them, nagging them, anything in that regard. And let me paraphrase, or let me is it paraphrase that by saying that their opinion does not have to be your truth. Okay, so I mean, anyone can think whatever they want to. That doesn't necessarily have to be true, but their opinion is that you were a little bit too dependent on what was going on with them, their, you know, everything like that, and it was a little too cloying for them. Okay, it was very disruptive to their energies. And they like didn't care for that. I do feel as though with the King of Pentacles and the upright, you find this person, or you did find them, you know, somebody that you saw as a potential mate, like long term, somebody to take you out to the end, someone stable, someone reliable, somebody that has, you know, bank, somebody that has, you know, they might have status in the community or, you know, within where they work or what have you. Mature, could have been somebody older than you, but this was a very solid person to you. So what they might have been seeing as you being a little bit too much or a little too extra was just you being exuberant about, you know, who they were, wanting to connect with them and wanting to kind of get someplace, you know. So it's really either or in that regard. The High Priestess is here in reverse, and I almost feel as though with the High Priestess, your intuition, your inner voice was telling you that this probably wasn't going where you wanted it to go. Okay. And I hate using the same phrase that I use over here, but I almost feel like, you know, it was telling you, you know, I just think there was a feeling, there was a gut feeling, and you knew that something was amiss, or you knew maybe this wasn't the person for you, and you didn't heed that advice. You just said, nope, not going to listen to that. I'm just going to full steam ahead on this and kind of, you know, because I know this is what needs to happen. I know that this person's for me, but I feel like you were telling yourself that rather than feeling it, if that makes any sense to you. Totally thrown off by this Page of Wands here. I almost feel like it's somebody new. Why is this Page of Wands here in the upright for Virgos? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages. Why is this Page of Wands here? Well, maybe it is them. Unfinished business. Yes, they cut you off. I feel like they come back in... I think they come back in April. So I feel the two of you reconnect in April because things have been left open-ended. Okay, so I think the two of you have unfinished business. They approach you, you approach them. Somehow the two of you connect, and it's kind of like, hey, you know, I don't feel like this is totally over. We have things to talk about. We have things we need to, you know, kind of figure out, and what have you. A Nine of Swords in reverse is an indicator to me. This is an attempt to come out of this tough time that the two of you are going through. Okay. You know, I always feel like the two of you, or at least one of you, doesn't want this to continue on like it is. Very anxious, very negative emotions are kind of happening and no longer wanting to feel like that. So it's like, hey, let's figure this out. Let's resolve this because I don't like how I'm feeling, you know, on the day to day. And I'd like for us to come to some sort of resolution. So the Judgment card in the upright is you or the other person, or both of you, totally assessing this situation, looking at it absolutely clearly with eyes wide open and saying, okay, this is it. This is like the here and now. We're going to make a decision here. We're going to be, you know, and once we make that decision, then it's going to be a step forward and that's it. We're not going to look back or anything like that. But now is the time for absolution. Now is the time for truth. Now is the time to be judged. And I feel as though the two of you do kind of get it out, and you do talk about what your aspirations are, what you want to do, things in that regard. And I think that's what leaves us this Chariot card here, where I think either you or the other person just kind of realize, you know what, maybe we don't have as much in common as we thought we were going to have. Yeah, we got off to a really good start. That's what the Ace of Wands is telling me. We had a really good start. Things worked out really well, but you know, there's not enough life in this. There's not enough energy in this to kind of keep it going for the long term. If we kind of continue this, you know, we're just going to be going through the motions. There's not going to be anything inspiring about it, anything in that regard. I think that once that's determined, then things move forward very quickly with the Eight of Wands. I feel as though it's almost like a once you guys kind of hash it out, you figure out that you are to move forward in whatever directions the two of you move forward in. I actually feel like it's amicable. I don't think it's like it's one person or the other person. I feel like the two of you have a real down and dirty talk and realize you just don't have as much in common as you thought, or the two of you have grown apart. And then ultimately what happens here is the Two of Cups in reverse, where the breakup occurs, you know, and realizing that there's just total lack of understanding, total lack of commonality between the two of you, and an impossibility to rekindle this relationship. But I really do feel like, I mean, I want to say amicable, but at the very least it's civil, because I do think the two of you are agreeing to disagree. But the agreement is that the two of you are a little bit like oil and water, and there really isn't something, sometimes things happen. It just is what it is. So that's what I have for you all. Probably not the greatest reading you want to see, but it's for somebody out there. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email or a DM. Make sure you click on the Vimeo link below for your love, interest, thinking, or feeling. In that spread, I'll have something you do not know about them, in addition to if they're seeing or interested in somebody else. In my playlist, 2022 Sun Moon Predictions, that's as close as you can get to a personal reading without getting one. Look me up on Facebook, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, donate. Otherwise, Aries, I will see you in the Vimeo reading. Adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.